With the recent 6 consecutive rate rises, this is one positive news that's come out of this. From realestate.com.au, a recent graph has been taken from their data, and it has tabulated that units are actually more in demand in terms of search results than houses. And this data has been captured from January 2022 up to July 2022. Because as interest rates have risen, so has the demand for units. Now, prior to this, which was about a year and a half ago, where there were still COVID laws, isolation laws, right now, you don't even need to isolate when you have bloody COVID. We saw from PropTrack, which is like the data team for realestate.com.au, from January 2020, which is basically when COVID started, there was a huge spike in demand for houses. And I can sum this up in about 3 bullet points. For example, during COVID, buyers paid a premium for more space and large homes. Especially when there was lockdowns and tough restrictions, people appreciated homes and houses rather than apartments. And there was the era of, pivoting from, working from office to working at home. So people prioritized buying homes where there was more workspace. And from March 2020, house prices actually rose 35% to its peak to March this year, where we saw, house prices cooling down a bit due to 6 consecutive rate rises. But now that, COVID is kind of over, it's like the yesteryear's old news, people are now driven to buy units because, one, they can't afford to buy houses, and plus the rate rises are crazy. People can't get the servicing to buy a house. So what does that mean for people who've sort of given up on buying units or apartments, especially for investors? For me personally, I think this whole FOMO thing that, I can't buy a house, I need to buy a house now, those days are over. With COVID, lockdown, no more isolations, we're sort of coming back to appreciating what apartments are for, which are close to amenities, which are close to public transport, and lastly, they're bloody cheap. So as we look at this graph, red line is units, houses are blue or turquoise. We can see a drop since the first and second rate rises. But as you can see, the red line, which are units, are picking back up. It might even go up and up and up and up. So for investors, is this a good time to buy an apartment? So jump in the comments, let me know what you think. Do you think houses are now overrated? The new trend is apartments once again.